this summer has given us ample time to head out into the wilderness and explore, but if you're venturing into mountain terrain for a hike, proper footwear is a must. This, according to this guy, Jamie Clark from Out There Adventure, knows a thing or two about hiking, you know, seeing as he climbed Mount Everest and such. He's here to show us how to pick the right hiking boots. You love hiking boots.
I love good gear, period.
Boots, shoes, hiking shoes. Can I call them hiking shoes? That's not a boot.
That's not a boot, and that's what's great. Today's shoes are not the boots that I grew up with, or I'm much older than you. Boots that I got, you had them for 15 years. You put them on, you stood in your bathtub to make them wet, and then you walked in them for days so that they would break in, and you had 2 or 3 shoes under. It was just often your feet were bleeding, you had blisters, all changed. Today's shoes, pretty much you can wear them out of the box.
Okay.
Which is pretty awesome.
That's huge. When do you start getting into hiking shoe or boot territory from running shoes? When can you wear running shoes on a sort of really easy hike, or you just shouldn't?
If you would, if you do, you want to wear a shoe like this one, like the Solomon, with a very thick sole that supports you. And what you say there is a really important question. When you're picking out a piece of footwear, you want to think about what's my use. What am I going to use this for? Am I going off to trek in the Himalaya with a heavy backpack? What am I carrying? Therefore, you need more.
So what, like around these parts, this is for a serious
This is for a serious endeavor, someone who is going to be carrying a heavy load, that is going to be traveling over terribly uneven terrain, a thick sole to support them. Now, let's say you're going to go and you're just going for a light walk around Lake Louise. A trail runner, something like this will fit.
Right.
So you really have to, when you pick a shoes, the first question you have to ask yourself, what am I going to use this for? And then the second most important thing is the fit. You've got to get measured. You know those weird looking metal things when you go into a footwear store and they measure your foot and you're, oh, I don't want to take my shoe off because my feet smell. Take your shoe off. Get your foot measured. Because you say, well, you're a size 7 in a high heel shoe. You might not be that in an outdoor shoe. So get your foot measured. And a cool way to do something like that, also, once you have your foot measured, reach into the shoe. And don't be shy to do this at the store. Get some help if you need to, but pop this out, the insole, put it on the floor, put your foot on there and take a look. What you're looking for is about the thickness of your thumb from the front of it. That's the key fit. Because as you walk downhill, you don't want that toe slamming into the front of the boot or the shoe. So you want to make sure that the fit is right. Get the foot measured or by yourself. Check out the sole, stand on it, and take a look at it.
And are you, when somebody comes in and say they wear orthotics, I have orthotics because I have desperately flat feet, so am I okay to come in and take this out and put in my orthotics to see if they fit properly?
Yes.
Is that an okay thing to do?
It's an absolutely,
or is it gross?
No, no. Well, I mean, your feet are a little smelly, but most people probably not as bad as yours. For you, perhaps not, but for the average person, they could probably do that.
Okay, just not me.
Yes, but it is important to get your orthotic in the shoe. And it's not like you're leaving them there for a long time. Throw them in. You should also bring the socks that you hope to use. And I'm a big believer in wool. Stay away from the cotton. So shoe selection, get measured. Think about what you're using them for, and then you can kind of take a look at your budget, because different shoes, like this shoe has Gore-Tex, it's a waterproof shoe. It'll increase the cost, but if you're going to be out walking through wet grass and so forth, walking your dog around Fish Creek Park, maybe that's a good shoe for you. Maybe you don't need that, and you can have a shoe that's more breathable, that doesn't necessarily have waterproofness, and so you kind of figure out what your budget is. But you're really going to invest $120, $130, $300.
But you know what? That is a small price to pay, really, when you're looking at being comfortable and stable, because if you don't have the right support, you're kind of, it's no fun.
If your feet aren't happy, you're not happy. And I've done lots of trips, you know, at high altitude climbing, you don't have the right fit, you get frostbite, you get your toes cut off. That's bad.
Well, you don't want that. Can you tell us, we haven't addressed these, what are those?
This is a very, I didn't know if I should bring these. I was just in Chamonix, France. Arc'teryx is a company out of Vancouver, great Canadian company. They make some of the best equipment and apparel, and they've just gone into shoes. I was just in Chamonix at the factory looking at these shoes at the launch. I stole them. These don't actually, I'm going to get...
This is live television. You really shouldn't admit to that.
I took these. They don't know I have them. I took them. They are fantastic. They don't even come out until the spring. This is the work that I'm doing, researching the world over to find the greatest products.
We are huge in Chamonix, like really big.
A lot of viewers. So,
don't
tell anybody.
What are they, though? They look really weird.
They're from the future. It's from space. This shoe is crazy. I don't know how. I'm going to be testing these soon, and I will tell you my report. But the basic notion is the way it's been constructed is in a different fashion from other shoes, and how it's built. Primarily, this liner actually comes out. You can wash it. It fits your foot. It's very cool. It doesn't come out until spring 15. We're going to test these and see if they're any good. But let's pretend like we didn't even make mention of them, because I stole them. They do not exist.
They don't exist. You are not seeing them on your television screen. How can people find you? And of course, everybody you employ has this wealth of information too.
Most of my team are much smarter than me about this, so you'll get much better help from me from the team. Yeah, go down to our store Out There. You can go online at liveoutthere.com. Take the time, know what you need the shoes for, do proper sizing, try on multiple different pairs, and then you're up and running.
Outdoor adventurer and shoe thief, Jamie Clark. Really nice to see you.